Now, the elephant in the room could arguably be, should I start with Etsy versus my own website? So I want us to break down just a few pros and cons of both options. So Etsy and other similar handmade marketplaces, of which Etsy is by far the most popular. I mean, I remember when it first launched years ago, and it really wasn't that much of a big deal, but over the years, it has truly grown into a giant. Now, here are some of the pros. They offer marketing. They market your products for you. They'll put your products into the search, and really they push your products in front of your potential customers. Etsy is best if you don't actually have an established customer base. If you're just getting started with your business and you haven't had time to really do a lot of marketing on your own, they put you in front of so many different people that you're bound to get at least some sales. Another pro is you can get organic traffic and sales with really minimal effort. Once you set up your shop, you get your listings, and just let it sit, you're going to get, again, some sales. And the last pro that I have is that it's easy to start up, and it has a lot of really basic tools that there really isn't a steep learning curve for. Now, here come the cons. The first con is they have a cost per listing, and there's actually a time limit to those listings. You have no control to customize your shop. Every shop looks exactly the same options and everything. So you really don't have much control over how your shop looks to make it stand out that way. Next, you're in competition with hundreds of other similar products. So again, going back to that marketing, when people enter those search terms, they're going to find your product, but they're going to also find hundreds of other products that are very similar to yours, and you may be beaten out by better pictures, or you may even be beat out by cost. The last con that I have for using those handmade marketplaces like Etsy is that there is reduced customer loyalty. Remember, Etsy is an online marketplace. So I personally equate selling on the platform to selling at a virtual craft fair. There's lots of other vendors selling similar items to people who are mostly browsing or looking for a specific item and not a specific shop to purchase from. Now, I created this list of pros and cons based on my own personal research and my opinions of Etsy, but when I was researching for this episode, I actually found this article from madeurban.com that really authenticates my list and expounds just a little bit more. So let's take a look. Is selling on Etsy worth it in 2022? And this is again from madeurban.com. Selling on Etsy is worth it in 2021 because it's one of the biggest and easiest ways to get your handmade products online and hooked up with a shopping cart function. It's low risk financially when compared to building a website. You can set up a professional looking shop in a matter of hours, list several items for just a few dollars, and not have to deal with domain and hosting fees. Although you may not immediately reap the benefits of Etsy shoppers, your existing customers will immediately have a way to shop and buy from you. As soon as your Etsy shop is set up and you have a few listings, you can share a link to it on social media or email it to friends and family asking them to pass your link on to others. It takes time to learn the ropes on Etsy and a certain amount of skill to get your listings appearing in top results, but it takes much longer to get a new website to appear in the top results of Google. For these reasons, it's absolutely worth it for a craft business to start selling on Etsy while the world adjusts to this new normal. Of course, before you set up, you have to follow the laws around opening a handmade business. Now here's the interesting part. We get to the pros and cons. Etsy's made several changes lately, and they'll continue to do so. Etsy's top priority is for Etsy to make money. So they're going to do what's best for their business, not yours. The recent changes seem to reflect that there are many upset Etsy sellers wondering if it's worth it to continue selling on the platform. To help you determine if it's worth it for your handmade business, here's a few of the most common pros and cons. So their pros are quick, easy, and cost effective. They have an established audience. It's a good testing ground for your products or your business. But here we get into the cons. Again, very similar to my list. Competition. Copycats. I've been seeing a lot of people saying how there's been a lot of copycat shops. People stealing photos, stealing pretty much everything but the business name, and making their own shops based on your photos, and it's really getting bad. There's a lack of customer loyalty. Lack of branding. Again, you cannot customize anything. It's harder to grow your email list. There is no way to add an email list onto your Etsy shop because they want to keep everyone on Etsy and not have them going to other websites.